Roy Keane might be the most sensible Man United legend that's actually said the cold-hearted truth. And the biggest problem with Man United, as of recently, hasn't been the Glazers, hasn't been Ineos. It's been Alex Ferguson. And it's 100% been highlighted by Roy Keane. And people are going to say, Roy Keane, he hates Sir Alex for the way he was exited from Man United. And it's like, maybe so. But at the end of the day, this is 100% accurate because Sir Alex Ferguson has been hanging around the club like a bad smell. Absolutely is accurate because ever since he stepped down as the Man United manager, Man United has absolutely just fell from grace. With when Sir Alex Ferguson was the manager, Man United was the biggest club in England. Biggest club in England. This is coming from an Arsenal fan, right? And now, you know what it is? It's a banter club. It's laughed at week in, week out. They are laughed at. Now, the thing about it is, they are so stuck in the past, Man United, that they still look to Sir Alex Ferguson. They still look at former players, that have left properly for advice, for, decisions, for critical decisions. And it just doesn't work out. Sir Alex Ferguson, day one, said, David Moyes should take over Man United after I leave. And then not only did David Moyes fail, right? Failed miserably, man. That David Moyes era was one of the top-notch banter United eras we've ever seen. But not only did he fail, Sir Alex Ferguson set him up to fail. The squad he left was absolutely abysmal. Nobody, I tell you, would have came in and succeeded with that squad. It was a crap United squad to leave. And it didn't matter. Honestly, with everything that Sir Alex Ferguson succeeded, he didn't really need to set up the next manager to succeed. But my thing is, if you're gonna decide who's your successor, set him up for success. Set him up for success. Instead, he was ran out of town, career almost fell apart, and it took him years for him to absolutely bounce back. And now he's where he started, where he was before United, at Everton. Now, with Michael Carrick coming in as the new manager of Man United, it just highlights how bad that this United team is absolutely living in the past, because at the end of the day, the game has evolutionized. Sir Alex Ferguson is behind in the times. There's a reason why he stepped back. Not because he's old, not because of health decisions. It's because the game was absolutely evolving. Now, the way Sir Alex Ferguson used to be back then and his success wouldn't translate to today's game. I'm sorry to tell you. And if you're gonna say, contradict that, all these guys who have known nothing but the Sir Alex Ferguson way come into the club and don't succeed. And you're bringing in, Michael Carrick. You think of all the former United players that try to be managers, they've all failed miserably. And you know who was the person they looked up to? Sir Alex Ferguson, Gary Neville. Look at Valencia. Michael Carrick. What has he done as a manager? Ruud van Nistelrooy, he hasn't succeeded as a manager. The list goes on and on with all these former United legends that end up becoming managers. None of them succeed. There's not a significant Man United legend that has been able to succeed as a manager. While you look at Pep Guardiola, and I personally don't like Pep Guardiola, look at all his students. Look at all that. Xabi Alonso, look at the job he did at Leverkusen. Obviously, you're going to say the Real Madrid thing, but the Leverkusen job was absolutely amazing. Mikel Arteta, look what he's doing with Arsenal. Maresca, he's looking to be the successor at Man City. He's a sought-out manager right now. The list goes on and on with all his assistants, and they're more impressive than every single person that ran through United, worked with Sir Alex Ferguson as a player or coach, and none of them have been able to succeed because his concepts, his tactics, his philosophies are outdated. Meanwhile, the likes of Pep Guardiola are, in modern football, the basis, the foundation of how many of these successful managers work. Vincent Kompany with Bayern. The list goes on. And that's why I say, this decision right here, if Man United are serious about this, to no longer consult with Sir Alex Ferguson on, decision making, then it would absolutely work out, because Michael Carrick, that's a Sir Alex Ferguson type of decision. They probably said, you know what, we'll let you decide who's going to be the caretaker. But the next manager, if Sir Alex Ferguson has no say, I'm telling you, it might actually succeed. But the problem is, this club is so down in the trenches that what top-notch manager is going to say, you know what, I want to take on this challenge, because Luis Enrique is gonna look at this and say, I have no control. It's all up to the ownership. No. Xavi's gonna be like, well, this is gonna be my make or break for my career. No. Zidane, he's gonna laugh at it. All these managers, they're gonna laugh at even the chance to sign with Man United, because they know it's such a risk. It's a career risk. It's a career ender. Look at all these managers. I'm telling you, it took David Moyes years and years to get back to where he originally was before Man United. It took him winning a European trophy with West Ham to get back to where he was before Man United. That's how much of a hole you get dug into. Louis van Gaal was laughed at after Man United, and finally he's back to the Netherlands. Everybody, it's like a challenge to like be able to save your career after failing at United. So this isn't necessarily a well thought out job, but I think if they really stay with their word here that they will not consult Sir Alex Ferguson, then this might actually be an opportunity for Man United to finally step out of the rubble, because this man has, yes, he gave United glory as a manager, but ever since then, all the advice, all the decisions he's made, every time they consult with him, that information, all those concepts he's given out have failed. Look at his successors. Look at all of his, the people that have gone through him. They're just not there. They're all failures. And it's time to get out of the Man United legends shadow. It's time to absolutely make new legends. Now look back. Now look at Olin. Now look at Carrick. Because then you're going to end up with Gareth Southgate. And Gareth Southgate is going to be a David Moyes 2.0 situation. Guarantee you. Guaranteed.